I'm going to give y'all meanings of a word that has multiple meanings, but the multiple meanings can also have a hidden message to it. And the word I want to give y'all is blind. According to Merriam-Webster-Dictionary.com, blind in form of sightless is having less than 1/10 of normal vision in the more efficient eye when refractive defects are fully corrected by lenses, or of relating to sightless person. Point two is unable or willing to discern or judge. Also, having no regard to rational discrimination, guidance, or restriction, lacking a direction or controlling consciousness, or made or done without sight of certain objects of knowledge of certain facts that could be served for guidance or cause bias. Ah, it is so many definitions of blind, man. It is so many definitions of being blind is also, to me, from my perspective, a form of subliminal messages. And when something that's subliminal, like when it comes to messages that's subliminal, those are messages that may be blind to a normal person, but people with a conscious mindset, oh my lord, know what we're talking about. They understand it. They are mature enough. Their mind is at ease. They are more advanced than most people. Even people with high and low IQs can agree with this. And I want to say something. Professional wrestling has been around. Let me see. How long has wrestling existed? How long has wrestling existed? Been around. Yeah, that's a better one. Wrestling is one of the oldest sports in the world, with origins dating back in 15,000 to 220,000 years. That's a lot. That's a lot. Some people say it originated in 5,000 years ago from Sumerians, ancient Egypt, Greeks, the Olympic Games. Let's just say this. Wrestling has been around since Jesus Christ was born. Wrestling has been around for a long time. Wrestling has been different. Wrestling has been barbaric at times. Wrestling has been competitive at times. Wrestling has been around since racism has occurred. Wrestling has been around before racism has occurred, with people knowing the knowledge of racism. And one thing I learned about the history of wrestling is racism. Racism has occurred a lot in professional wrestling. And when it comes in regards of wrestling, like TV shows, let's Google the first wrestling TV show. Let's see that right quick. I'd rather first wrestling TV show. 1950s to 1970s. Interesting. So let's just say the championship wrestling, 1950 to 1970s. The most insane thing that's been occurring for so many years in professional wrestling history that I am sick and tired of, especially in the 50s, bro. Come on, man. Is racism amongst professional wrestling. When you name the greatest wrestlers of all time, I'm gonna tell y'all something. I'm gonna trip y'all out. I'm gonna shut everybody down. The greatest basketball player of all time is Michael Jordan. The greatest boxer of all time is Muhammad Ali. Greatest baseball player, maybe Babe Ruth, Jackie Robinson. I'm not saying it because they're African American, but these men have paved the way for history. When you think of football, you think of Mark Madden. This, that, and the fourth. And at the end of the day, y'all, when it comes to matching things is amazing to me, because when you match something, it shows something. But when you think of the greatest professional wrestlers of all time, many people's number one is going to be Hulk Hogan or Ric Flair. Like that's gonna be their top list, like their main two favorite wrestlers of all time. That's on a lot of people's list. A lot of people's list. Even celebrities' list of professional wrestling. Even the GOATs had that. That's just a few examples I must name. That's just a few back in the day type wrestlers that our grandparents may know about, our parents may know about, some of us may know about. But things about wrestlers like Hulk Hogan and Ric Flair, they hated black people. Ric Flair didn't like no black people. Teddy Long said a story in a podcast episode of how Ric Flair treated him with disrespect because he was African American. Hulk Hogan don't like black people. But we're not going to get into that. Tonight, we saw, Monday Night Raw, Monday, December the 2nd, 2024, New Day broke up. The New Day broke up because I feel like Paul Levesque, just like his father-in-law, is racist. And the fan base of professional wrestling is racist. Most professional wrestling fans is like most Rainbow Six Siege, Call of Duty fans, gamer fans, like they play first-person shooter games. They're racist. And people are blind to see that they're racist. They think, oh, you're just saying it because you're black. No, they're racist. Me going to multiple wrestling events in my lifetime, from me watching TV, from Mark Henry winning a world championship, the Nation of Domination getting booed, getting called niggers and shit. Fans love that shit. Fans hated Mark Henry because he was a black man. Fans don't put many black wrestlers on their top 5 favorite list because they hate African American talent, and companies hate African American talent. And all this has stemmed for years. But finally, we've had a successful black faction that professional wrestling hated. And professional wrestling made a mockery of these guys. They made them clowns. They made them not serious. The times they were serious, people hated them. So like I said in multiple videos of mine, why make a person of a different skin color a bad guy? Why would you make that person a bad guy? At least be diverse with it, with the bad guys. But yet y'all made 3 black men that was overlooked in professional wrestling bad guys. Or in professional wrestling terms, heels. Heels are bad guys. Then after a while, they turn to faces. And faces are good guys. Then there was a time when they were tweeners, meaning they were heel and face no matter what. These guys was feuding with the Usos, the Hardys, the fucking OC, Sheamus and Cesaro. The list goes on and on and on and on. And I'm gonna tell you this. Let's put race aside. Having a talented wrestler like Xavier Woods, who has a PhD, having Kofi Kingston and Big E becoming the first African-born wrestler in pro wrestling history of the WWE, Big E being the first African-American man in professional wrestling in WWE, because WWE is the big league, is a huge accomplishment. Many can't claim. But peep this. Let's rewind for a second before I made a point. Crime Time was thugs. They was thugs, and they were over. Fans loved them, but they was like thugs, stealing and robbing people, but they were thugs. Fans loved it. It's like that movie I forgot that movie came out a few years ago, where the man was writing a movie or a book, and when he wrote the movie or a book, it really wasn't going successful. But when the black people was hurting each other or ignorant or stereotypical, fans loved it. People loved it. And the movie won an Academy Award and an Oscar. And that right there shows you how fickle and weak-minded people can be. It's like, oh, I hate black people, but hey, man, this is stereotype. They fools. Back in the day, man, look it up in the history books or online. Back in the day, black people, we was made as clowns, buffoons, and everything. You would see caricatures, whatever the fuck you call it. You would see pictures where they depict us as clowns, as monkeys, as fools. And a lot of people don't realize that's what they do in the professional wrestling. They've been doing it with the New Day. They've been doing it with Crime Time. They did it with Nation of Domination. Did it with Mark Henry. So many dominant talents that was black. Booker T especially. They made them fools. They made them revolve back to their slavery roots. And many people are so blind to see it because they're stupid. They're racist. And many people may hate me on this take, but it's somebody out there that's going to agree with me. If you know your history, you know that wrestling is racist. Now, I'm going to say this. I would love for New Day to be serious. I would love for that faction to be serious. Back in the day, I would have loved the Hurt Business to be a dominant faction, winning world titles, because Shelton Benjamin, Bobby Lashley, Cedric Alexander, all are great, phenomenal professional wrestling athletes with great accolades. Motherfucking Bobby Lashley served in the military. Bobby Lashley had a successful run in 2007, but due to people like John Cena, he couldn't have his shine. Shelton Benjamin couldn't have his shine because of people like Shawn Michaels and Triple H. They had a whole segment back in the day with with Shelton Benjamin, Mark Henry, and all the black talents where Vince McMahon told them all to get the fuck out the ring because they were black people. And we got an Uncle Tom ass nigga like Jonathan Coachman being part of that. And I remember a saying that I've been hearing since I was a little boy. The love of money is the root of all evil. That is true. Or money is the root of all evil. Love of money is the root of all evil. People love money so much that they will fucking allow disrespect in their race and their culture. And it's places where these people will be more appreciated than anything. But yeah, WWE decides to do this tonight. They decide to break up New Day, disrespect a man that legitimately got injured who broke his neck, and hate that man for it. Xavier Woods and Kofi Kingston hated that man for it. They show purified hate. And I know it's scripted. I know it's entertainment. I know it's a drama. I know the shit's not real. Let's just be real. But overall, the hidden message of that is like, yo, fuck you niggas. We don't give a fuck about y'all. We hate black people. We will forever hate black people. We will never, ever, ever in the history of life have another black champion, a world champion. People say, what about Trick Williams and Carmelo? No. Carmelo Hayes, Trick Williams, none of them will be a relevant world champion. We would never, ever in our lifetime have another black world champion, man or woman. And I put that on my soul that we would never have it. Because wrestling hates black people. Wrestling never liked black people. Every single wrestler that held a world title that was black got buried by Brock Lesnar. The biggest clown in professional wrestling right now who could be a really good threat is R-Truth, who's a super talented superstar. A great wrestler. But yet WWE want to make him a fucking comedy gimmick. And now tonight, New Day has been serious with something I've always fucking said in previous podcast episodes. New Day needs to be serious because the pancakes and twerking is just fucking weird. And I'm gonna give you the WWE trajectory. New Day gonna be super fucking dominant and serious. They're gonna be the bad guys. They may reunite and ask for Big E back. And then after a while, maybe similar to the Shield, everybody may be branched out and be successful. But Big E's injured. Now peep this, I'm gonna trip y'all out a lot because a lot of y'all piss me off when y'all say wrestling is not racist. But I always got an answer for everything. Ridge Holland ruined Big E's career. Who is Ridge Holland facing right now for a title in a company that's hot right now in WWE? I'll wait. Trick Williams. Trick Williams right now is the hottest talent in NXT. He's one of the greatest wrestlers right now in NXT history. He has the aura of any wrestler that's ever stepped foot in the ring in NXT next to me. Not next to me, but next to like Adam Cole, Samoa Joe. Adam Cole and Samoa Joe was like the dominant of NXT. Johnny Gargano, Tommaso Ciampa. You're on that list, bro. You're on that list, Trick. But yet you're giving Ridge Holland, the nigga that injured Big E, a chance for a world championship against another black man, by the way. What if Ridge Holland injures Trick Williams? Regardless of the situation, why would you want to push this guy? Possibly put him back in the main event scene. Like, why are y'all pushing him? Yet on the same month, same year, Ridge is literally getting pushed on NXT for the world title. Then y'all breaking up New Day. And then with y'all breaking up New Day, y'all are attacking the man that got injured by a fucking war run. Don't know what the fuck he doing in the ring. Ruin a man's career, man. And WWE has the audacity to disrespect this man. WWE had the audacity to disrespect Big E and Xavier Woods. Big E and Kofi Kingston weeks ago, saying some shit about, hey, Brock Lesnar buried you. On top of Brock Lesnar dealing with sexual allegation charges. On top of Brock Lesnar being a racist. Brock Lesnar isn't like a blatant racist that's going to say it. But he's one of those people that's racist. Brock don't like black people. Brock hates black people. If Brock was cool, he said, say, man, I'm not about to bury these brothers. He buried the Samoan nigga named The Rock. And that nigga tucked tail and went to Hollywood. And then The Rock ain't been the same since. Yet The Rock is serious right now. And that nigga The Rock ain't crossed paths with Brock Lesnar due to the fact of Brock's sexual allegation charges. Now y'all want to make Kofi Kingston and fucking Xavier Woods serious now? First off, Kofi Kingston was really good when he was feuding with Randy Orton. That motherfucker was pushed to the moon. But now, backstage, some people say, man, we don't want this nigga to be pushed. We don't want this nigga to be a main event superstar. This nigga can't be a champion. Same thing with Big E. It's like, we don't want this nigga to be a champion. Fuck this nigga. Same thing with Xavier Woods, King of the Ring. All right. Booker T was King of the Ring. He won a title. Let's slap the title on him. Xavier Woods is a champion. Let's slap the Intercontinental Championship on him. Let's slap a world title on him. Let him be relevant. Let him be dominant. Guess what? Nah. When you think of the King of the Ring, they don't mention top 5 King of the Ring people ever as being Xavier Woods. Hell no. Everybody that's black that's been King of the Ring, with the exception of Booker T, gets shitted on. But I ain't gonna lie, Booker T is one of the top 3 best King of the Rings of all time. Next to Stone Cold Steve Austin. I give him that. But I also said some niggas like Booker T is Uncle Tom's, where they accept that paycheck and would dance for the boss just to satisfy their boss to make that check. And that's what Booker T did. And I say that because I'm pissed off at Booker T, because Booker T literally became a Hall of Famer. And he does events with the WWE. A company that mistreats its people, bro. Like, come on, man. That's fucked up. And that's why I'm just mixed on Booker T. Maybe in my opinion, I don't know. But y'all breaking these men up? Come on, man. You making them the bad guys. I literally hated Kofi Kingston, Xavier Woods, not because of the character they portray on television. I hated all 3 of those men tonight. Because y'all are 3 awesome black talent, and y'all let the white man control y'all. The white man say, okay, y'all gonna be serious. Okay, the white man say, y'all gonna twerk and throw pancakes. Oh, okay, the white man say, y'all gonna twerk and throw food and make booty cereal. All right, man, y'all got y'all boy injured. Both of y'all niggas got buried by Brock. Brock under sexual allegation charges. Xavier Woods hasn't won a title yet. He may win a title, but peep this. If you 3 break up, I guarantee y'all career's gonna be better. Big E, you're injured. Your career may not ever be better. You could be a manager, you could be somewhere backstage where you're making more money. Kofi and Woods, the things with y'all, we're gonna make y'all world champions similar to Moxley, Seth Rollins, and Roman Reigns. And maybe that may occur. But again, I just fucking said it. Black people are not like the professional wrestling. Fans don't like Fans don't like black people in professional wrestling. During the segregation days when professional wrestling was, occurring, Black people couldn't wrestle. The white fans hated us. They booed them. They booed them, called them all types of names and everything. Look it up. More of the story is, man, it's sad that we literally had a New Day reunion for them to break up and for them to tag team on Big E. Just turn to bad guys. And then y'all cut the camera away after the segment wasn't even fully over. Like, Woods got a PhD, bro. Like, why would you, psychologically speaking, why would you allow somebody to manipulate you to just dissect a friendship on national TV? But you got a whole degree yet. We fans that isn't blind, the fans that's not blind, yo, see the racism in professional wrestling. See that professional wrestling hates us. And I just wish that these men see that despite that, after their storyline's over, they're going to release those talents and not give two fucks about them. Oh, they're not going to do that. They did it to the Hurt Business. When Bobby Lashley and Shelton Benjamin got released, I was shocked. This Shelton Benjamin just returned from the company years ago, and y'all released him. And then y'all released Bobby Lashley. Now in AEW, we got the Hurt Syndicate. And guess what? Those niggas are bad guys. They beating the shit out of Isaiah Swerve Scott. They beating the hell out of them. Beating the hell out of Black Man and his manager, man. A black talent who became the first world champion of AEW, yet similar to WWE, got buried. And then once he got buried, AEW ain't give a fuck about him. Tony Khan don't like black people. Big Swole said that. What the fuck is Scorpio Sky? We're never going to have a black AEW world champion either. Only company that may treat black talent right is TNA. That's the company people shit on. And maybe they have racism too, but not as much. But yet Bobby Lashley won a world title from them. A lot of black talent won a world title from them. A lot of black talent has got the talent. But yet you break up a dominant faction because you hate three black men. You want to see three black men fight. That shit's money to you. That shit's entertaining to the fans. At the end of the day, y'all should have made them guys serious. When it comes to making somebody serious, it don't mean make them bad guys. Make them serious, badass, dominators, bro. When you watch an action movie with a badass actor that's the main star of the show, he's not an asshole. He may be, but it's like he's not mean-spirited. WWE is a mean-spirited company that don't like black people. They don't want to see black people grow. And it just saddens me. It really, really saddens me that professional wrestling does that. It saddens me that they broke up the New Day. It saddens me that y'all attack a man that's injured who can't defend himself. That's crazy. It's crazy. Then y'all try to replace this man months ago or a year ago, I don't fucking know, with a guy that abuses his wife or a girlfriend. That's Odyssey Jones. Y'all fire him. Yet it's a lot of white talent that's still rampant around wrestling, and y'all push them. Give them a chance. And am I saying Odyssey Jones is right? Fuck no. But a lot of people need second chances in professional wrestling. Y'all just threw that man away. And y'all fired him. Anytime a nigga do something professional wrestling or a black person do something professional wrestling, fucking companies want to fire him. From AEW to WWE to WCW to ECW, you name it. That shit's racist. These wrestling promoters hate black people. Every single wrestling promoter that has been around that wasn't a black promoter know that they hate black talent. I'd rather for you to not sign a nigga to your roster than bury the nigga. I'd rather you have an all-white, all-Asian wrestling show where y'all don't bury black people or Asian people or Mexican wrestlers. But at the end of the day, y'all broke up one of the greatest factions in professional wrestling history due to racism. You should have just made Big E and Kofi Kingston super serious. Kofi and Xavier super serious. Let Big E be their manager. Simple. But instead, you just go try to break these men up and make them bad guys attacking this man. I would have, if I was Big I would have said, first of all, Xavier Woods, you lost. You was king of the ring, and nobody know who the fuck you is. You suck. You was the worst king of the ring in the world, bitch ass nigga. Kofi, you lost the title within seconds, similar to me. But unlike me, if I wasn't injured, I still would have probably gave Brock another chance so I could beat him. But we all know Brock Lesnar ain't finna say, hey, this monkey go beat us. This nigga go beat us. Brock don't like black people. And if you think Brock Lesnar like black people, you're stupid. And don't say, well, he got friends and family that's black, boy. No, that nigga don't like black people. Brock Lesnar never did like black people. If you look at Brock Lesnar's most brutal matches, I mean, not brutal matches, best matches or worst matches, history of his matches, you're going to see him burying black talent. That man hates black people. That man got a hard on when Vince said, hey, beat Big E. Hey, beat Kofi. Shit wasn't coincidental. That shit was racially motivated. Hey, beat Bobby Lashley. Like, come on, man. Like, come on. Y'all got 3 black talents that was so good, y'all fired most of them. Now they formed a faction in AEW. But again, tonight wasn't cool, bro. Brock Lesnar. The New Day getting broken up. That's just fucked up. That's just severely fucked up. Like, it just put a sour taste in my mouth, man.